The Invader 1. What's up guys, Invader 1 here again, and I'm back with a brand new series. This is dedicated to the challenges and the banners that are on your Mass Effect 3 and 7 HQ. If you guys didn't know what the challenges are, they came out with the last, I believe it was the previous to last DLC, and it kind of revitalized the game. You know, a lot of people have to go through challenges to actually, if you complete one, well, you get the banner. In this situation, I have the Resurgence Mastery. We're going to start off with Resurgence. This is the way it's going to work out. We're going to play platinum matches, and we're only going to choose the setups, mixed setups that are here on the challenges. So we're going to start off with Resurgence, and we decided to actually go with, guess what, here it goes, the Batarian Soldier. And because we need to have weapons, only specific weapons that are on this challenge, we're going to use a striker assault rifle on this situation. And guess what, guys? It was actually an amazing game because the Batarian Soldier is great with his grenades. And what I did, guys, I put the build, yes, I did still put the build, I put it all the way at the end of the video because this is more of a challenge video. We're all going to do this. We're all playing Platinum. And, you know, I got to tell you, it was really, really awesome game. It was only at the extraction that I got to let it harry, but that's, hey, that's firebase Hydra. So, by the way, let's go through it again. We're going to use a striker assault rifle, and we have two maps that we can choose here. So we chose firebase Hydra, and we're also we're starting off with the Batarian Soldier. And then we are going to have Resurgence 2.0, where you actually get to see the next setup that we're going to use to complete this challenge, guys. So yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoy this series. There are going to be quite a few platinum matches, and they're kind of tough because we're only using these setups. We're not using anything that's crazy. Well, it is crazy. We're using these setups, and some of them are not ideal. So we're going to talk through that and try to do our best to have fun with this. So let's get on to the gameplay so you guys can truly enjoy this. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I think you guys are really going to like what you're going to see. Now, I do want to say a few things. Now, the first thing that I do want to say is that, well, this is the build that I have for this guy, which you will see at the end, and I also put a link to it in the description so you can skip to it if you want to just check that out first. Is I definitely recommend it for this character, and even the even the equipment and gear that we packed on is totally fine because this is actually the kind of gear that you would put on this guy. The only difference here is that most of the time we would not be playing on Platinum with the Striker Assault Rifle this way. Now, the Striker Assault Rifle is really, really excellent on Gold, Silver, and Bronze. And, you know, the only thing about it is that it has a little bit of a kick, and that's mostly because, well, you know, it's a Krogan weapon. The Krogans are pretty big. They can manage and handle big guns, so that's totally fine. But if you're going to use it on any character, especially trying to do this kind of challenge as well, you're definitely going to want to put some stability. So all of us put the assault rifle stability dampener to give the weapon some stability by 70% because this thing has a huge kick. The other thing is that you're going to want the assault rifle magazine upgrade. I want to make something very, very clear to you guys who are new to the game, who have not played this before, who don't understand this weapon. When you get it, it does not benefit from any armor-piercing mods or any armor-piercing capabilities. You should not be using armor-piercing rounds on this. It's a waste, okay? It is a waste. What this gun shoots, it's the kind of projectile that it shoots, it's more of a grenade, okay? So it's a grenade launcher, so it's not going to benefit from any armor-piercing mods, any armor-piercing rounds. So don't waste them on this, okay? You're going to want to go with something like stability and the extra, you know, and the assault rifle magazine upgrade, which increases the rounds per magazine by 80%. Okay, so that's that. Just want to mention that. The other good thing about this gun, guys, is that it does stagger phantoms. Alright, so this gun does stagger phantoms. It has that kind of stagger capability for a lot of the enemies, and it just it's hilarious, especially on the lower levels. You see the enemies kind of like they get wrecked by this. They pretty much get pushed back. So that is a great thing about this gun. So the strike is really great on lower difficulties. On platinum, it's okay, but what you want to do is definitely put something like our incendiary rounds, which that's exactly what we put here. I have incendiary rounds 3, and it really works because this character, guess what, has a lot of DOT damage that he does. We call him, real cheesy because his grenades are just absolutely powerful. So if you put something like a power amplifier module, that definitely affects the grenades because that is considered a power. And it'll make his grenades so amazing. It'll make his ballistic blade so amazing. So he's really good. First of all, I gotta tell you, the Batarian Soldier is a beast of a character. This guy can destroy platinum, this guy can destroy gold. I mean, you can go into spawns, drop a few grenades, hit your ballistic blaze, and leave, and everything will die on gold. On platinum, it'll take a little longer, but still, as you notice, all of us are playing the same kit. We're all going around and absolutely demolishing the enemies just with the grenades. And, the only time the game gets a little rough is actually at extraction, which was interesting. I mean, I was a little surprised by that. I don't know what happened. We just like totally went bonkers. We didn't communicate as well. I don't even know what happened. We were all chatting and laughing throughout the whole game, except once in a while when Biggs, just giving me a hard time as usual. Yeah, Biggs, I called you out on a freaking video. But anyways, yeah, we had a good time, and I want to give a special thanks to Callus and also Brightlight as well. These two guys are just awesome guys to game with, and a lot of these guys are all, Spectre members, as you guys know. Some of the really great Mass Effect 3 players, and you guys always know that I like to, showcase and highlight really excellent gamers, really excellent players, and these guys are great. This is it, the cream of the crop. They're absolutely amazing at this game. If you guys ever find them in a lobby, you'll see it. You'll definitely see the skill. So that's that. Thank you guys for helping me out with this challenge. Now, the other thing is, let me talk a little bit about the Batarian Soldier. I am linking up the actual build video that I created for the Batarian Soldier so that you guys can see it. If you guys want to see that video as well, I'm also put it in the description. So, because this is a challenge, I definitely put the build still at the end, and I'm still going to talk about the build so you guys get the benefit out of it. Not just the challenge portion. You guys get to see some cool gameplay and all, but at the same time, I'm still putting my my other build video in case you guys want to check that out and look at the weapon setup that I did there, and etc. So let's talk a little bit about this. Actually, before I even go into the build, so yeah, this is a challenge, guys. For those of you who don't know, because it's interesting, I was in a pug lobby the other night, and somebody asked me, "Hey, how do you guys get those banners?" And we're just like, well, if you go to your dashboard, there's a link that says challenges. You click on that link, and it has 3 tabs. It has tabs for completing weapons challenges that you have to use specific weapons. It also has character or theme-based challenges. Like, for example, this one is Resurgence Mastery, so it has characters that are part of the Resurgence DLC, Resurgence weapons, etc. That kind of thing, and the new maps that came out at that point in time for Resurgence. So, those are the challenges. You complete those challenges, you get points for a certain amount of points for whatever you're doing. Well, you're gonna get it, and you get this freaking awesome banner. And I'm wearing the banner in the lobby when you saw it before. The other guys are not, but I'm definitely wearing it, and you can see it. And you also saw it on my N7HQ, which I showed earlier in this video gameplay. So that's that, guys. And make sure that if you definitely want to get some of the nice pretty banners, and you want to get your best of the best, as well, which is the ultimate banner, which is where you finish 25 of the 26. I think it's 25 of the 26. I think it's 26 challenges. Something like that, but if you finish them all, then you get the best of the best banner, which means you have completed it, all the challenges, which is pretty cool. I finally got my best of the best, so that's great. So let's go through the build a little bit so you guys can at least get something out of this. And by the way, you can see this, guys, we're playing some pretty beast. This is a beast game. I mean, we chose to play against the collectors. It's the character like this is absolutely awesome against the collectors because number one, they're tanky, especially my character has blade armor. The other thing is you have the incendiary rounds, which just absolutely destroy the enemies. It just does great damage over time, and they're great. They're great because they go through armor and the the Inferno Grenades does a great job against armor and health, guys. So that's that. Let's get into the build. I keep on saying that I'm going to get into the build, but I talk a lot. So, now, Ballistic Blades. The way I like to spec it out, guys, and you can see the build at the end, is on rank 4, I like to go for damage to increase the damage by 30%. Rank 5, I go for range, so like that, you don't have to be exactly right in front of the enemy. Range is really great, and instead of recharge speed, the recharge speed is still pretty decent, even if you have a heavy weapon, so range is really good. It increases the attack range by 50%. Rank 6, I go for Explosive Blades. The only thing about Explosive Blades that the bleed damage ends when it explodes, but it does 550 damage ending the bleed effect. In total, you get 1,687.5 damage when you set up the blades this way. The recharge speed is 3.1. The duration of the bleed effect is 10 seconds. The radius, okay, of the radius of the blades is 18 meters when you set it up this way. So if you see that 18 meters, that's pretty long. That's really good. So you can do a lot of damage. All right. Now, blade armor. In this situation, I did not spec into blade armor, but blade armor is absolutely great. It gives you a good damage reduction, and it also, melee enemies that come up to you, they get hurt by it. So that's a good thing to have blade armor. But in this kind of build, I'm not using it. Although you can definitely use it. I have a gold solo that I did with the Batarian Soldier. I'll also put the link in the description if you guys want to see that, where I went with a non-grenade build to kind of show you guys what is that. And that was an old gold solo. I did it on Glacier against the Reapers, and you guys want to check it out. It was a lot of fun, and it was one of my favorite gold solos back in the day. Now, let's go into the Inferno Grenades. The Inferno Grenades are amazing, okay? So rank 4, I like to go for damage instead of radius because I just want these puppies to kill and destroy everything. Rank 5, you want to go again for more damage. It increases damage by 40%. Rank 6, I go for armor damage instead of radius and shrapnel, even though they're both really good, though. Don't get me wrong, if you're playing on gold, silver, and bronze, you might as well just go for radius and shrapnel. Like that, the radius is higher, and the shrapnel, that gives you one additional fragment, so it does, it kind of does more damage. But if you are playing a lot on platinum, and even gold is fine as well, I go for armor damage because there are a lot of armor targets, a lot of bosses, so I go for increased damage to armor by 50%. So if you set it up this way, the damage per second is 341.25. The duration is 8 seconds, so you multiply 8 by 341.25 and you get a ridiculously beast amount of damage. And the radius is 5 meters. So that's great, guys. And this is exactly what we're doing. We're here dropping nades all over the place. We're just dropping Inferno Grenades and just burning the crap out of the collectors. Don't get me wrong, sometimes we get the butt lasers or we get the Praetorians just lasering us really nasty like. But so far, even a game like this, which is a challenge, is definitely a challenge, it's actually amazing and fun. We had a really good time. This game was actually a lot of fun for us, so it was really good. Now, for the passives, let's go through the passives, okay? A lot of times I will say in rank 4 to go for weapon damage. In this situation, since you are going to be depending a lot on the Inferno Grenades to destroy spawns, I mean, let's say you play on Glacier, tight map, you go into the first spawn, you drop 3 grenades and use your ballistic blades and leave, everything is going to die. So you want more power damage for those grenades. So on rank 4, even though he's got great weapon damage bonuses, I mean, he's got increased weapon damage bonus by 7.5 and increased spare ammunition by 5%. It's great. I actually go for damage and capacity to increase the power damage of the grenades and the ballistic blades. Rank 5, you don't need headshots, guys, on this guy. You definitely want to go for power damage, increase it by 15%. Same thing with rank 6 is where you actually go for the damage, your weapon damage and ammo bonus, which is the bottom one called damage and ammo. You increase the weapon damage by 10%, increase spare ammunition by 10%, and that's the way to go. Now, on fitness, in this situation, I went for tankiness, guys, but what I recommend, since most of you guys are going to be playing gold, silver, and bronze, go for the melee. Go all melee damage on the top, because he's still pretty tanky. So if you go for all the melee damage bonuses on the top, you'll go around just doing massive amounts of damage by doing heavy melees. Now, let me say something about his heavy melee if you did not know this, okay? His heavy melee has a damage reduction bonus, and I don't know what it is. It might be 90% or 75%. I'm not exactly sure. What that means is that if when you're doing your heavy melee, because it's really slow on the Batarian, it's really slow, and you really don't see me do a lot of heavy melees in this game at all, because whatever, this is platinum. We're trying to make sure. Although you could do the heavy melees, but what we're doing is just trying to make sure we're using mostly our grenades, we're using the gun, etc. But I have to explain this. If you do your heavy melee, you get a damage reduction bonus. Okay, so what that means is that again, I don't know I don't know what the bonus is. I don't know what it is. But for that moment, you take about 75. I think it could be 75 to 90% damage. So that means that enemies could be shooting the crap out of you. But as long as you're in that heavy melee animation until it finishes, you're not gonna get damaged as much as you would if you were getting shot directly when you're not doing the your heavy melee. So that's a great thing. So sometimes let's say you're going into a bad situation and you have an enemy in front of you, do your heavy melee. So while your buddies are cleaning up the enemies that are around you, do your heavy melee on a target. On a target, it has to be on a target, and you're gonna get that damage reduction bonus. So at least like that, you may die, you may not, but at least for the brief moment, you have a damage reduction bonus, and that means that hopefully you'll take less damage, enough that you won't die, and you can go right ahead and survive that that route. So I definitely recommend to go for melee damage, even though I did not do it here for this guy, and that's pretty much the way to go. Now for the weapons, the situation we had to choose a striker, and that's what we're going with, and that's the fun thing about it. But we actually some of the weapons that I like with this guy are shotguns, because he's up close and personal. So Geth plasma shotgun is really good. The Wraith is absolutely amazing with the Batarians, guys. All the Batarians, the Wraith is so good on them. It's so great. It's such a good gun. It's like a mini claymore. The damage is absolutely a beast, especially if you put the heavy barrel and the ammo capacity. The Raider is good with him. The Gross Spectre is great because it also does damage over time. The weapons like the Crusader is good on him, even though it's a little heavy. The Claymore is good on every character, but the thing is that you probably don't want to go with the Claymore because you want your recharge speed to be much higher for your ballistic blade. So I would kind of disregard the Claymore for this character. The Reegar Carbine is good. It's a little heavy, but it definitely still works. And the Piranha, I would say, is one of the best weapons for this guy. Because you get in there, you get up close, and the Piranha just really chews right through the enemy, and you could put, the heavy barrel on it. You could put also the shotgun smart choke, because this gun definitely needs it. So the Piranha is really excellent. The Venom shotgun is also a good gun, and that's one of the guns, guys. Just wait, the weapon reviews are coming, and this is definitely one of those guns that I want to review because it seems a lot of people don't use it, don't know how to use it. And I did see some of the stats from BioWare where it's one of the least used weapons in the entire game, and that's mostly because people just don't understand it. And I think it's time to kind of show some gameplay on it, and so that you guys can really understand how to use it. I think it's an excellent gun. So when it comes to that, I definitely recommend, shotguns and assault rifles as well. Even though this is a challenge, the Striker works well. As you can see here, the Striker does a really good job, and it'll actually be really good on lower difficulties, like I said before. And it staggers phantoms, it staggers enemies. So if you're using the Striker on silver and bronze or gold, you're gonna have a lot of fun just staggering the crap out of enemies. So imagine this scenario: you drop a few grenades into a spawn. You use your ballistic blades, and while the enemy is being burned, you're using the Striker assault rifle to stagger the crap out of them while that's happening. They have absolutely no chance. They have no chance. They're totally annihilated, destroyed. So think of that scenario and come back to me and say, what, Invader, that's absolutely amazing. That is such a beast of a combo. The other assault rifles are obvious, kind of like the Cerberus Harrier is good with him. Don't use the Geth Spitfire, guys. It's so freaking heavy on them, and you want your recharge speed to be higher. Weapons like the Lancer works well. The ADS anti-synthetic rifle works well with him. The particle rifle is good with him. The collector rifle is fine. I mean, the good thing about this guy is that you're really depending on mostly on his powers, which are his grenades and ballistic blades. So even if you use the collector rifle on him, it's not the most powerful gun. Has a lot of ammo, but at least your powers are really going to compensate for whatever weapon you have. Now the Falcon is also another good gun. It's another gun that staggers enemies, so you can use the Falcon as well on him. And I do like the Falcon on him, by the way, especially you put incendiary rounds. You're applying ammo types into the enemy, and that's a lot of fun to do. So a gun like the Falcon really works well as well. The Revenant is also good. The Saber is decent. I really would not. Well, the Saber is really good, and actually the recharge speed is not too bad. It's about 130%, which is decent. And what you want to think, guys, when it comes to recharge speed, is you want a recharge speed that's like 150% minimum. Meaning that it's not less than 150%. So the power recharge speed is 130%, which is not too bad. It's fine. For the Saber, M99 Saber, the Valkyrie is good on him. The Vindicator, I would stick away from it unless you're playing like silver or bronze. And the Argus, don't even touch that gun, guys. Just don't do it. The Matic is good if you're lower difficulties. Faced in as well. Geth Pulse Rifle if you're on silver and bronze, and forget everything else. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the way to roll with the Batarian Soldier. I mean, if you want to go with some pistols, you can do that as well. Definitely have the Talon. You have the Arc Pistols, great. The Scorpion's great. The Paladin. The Eagle's decent, but I wouldn't recommend it for this guy. The Carnifex. The Acolyte is fine, but you really don't need it on this guy. The Suppressor and the Executioner pistol for sure. So that's the way to roll. So a good thing about a character like this is he's a soldier. I mean, the good thing about the soldier is that all the weapons on him are going to be pretty light. He's going to be able to handle a lot of the heavier weapons, which is great. That's the good thing about playing a soldier class. So guys like this, can definitely handle it. So yeah, guys, this is the road to the banners, the road to getting the Resurgence banner on the Aliens tab. And if you don't have it, I definitely wish you the best on it. Hopefully, some of these videos you get something out of it. But we're doing it mostly as challenges because we thought it would be absolutely fun and amazing for you guys to see this. And we're taking these challenges on Platinum, and it's definitely tough. We're doing it against the collectors. With a team like this, we still do very, very well. Don't get me wrong, like I said before, we had some challenges. Like, for some reason, we got really owned on this Wave 10 and the Extraction. We were having a really tough time. And I'm not going to say who, but somebody was bitching on the background. Sorry to say, but you know who you are. And, it just kind of made the game a lot more fun. So, yeah, if you guys are doing your challenges, have fun. Some people, what they do for the challenges, they kind of solo bronze to make sure that they're, soloing against the, like, for example, bronze reapers or something, so that they could, get as many challenge points as possible. And that's all cool, But if you have time to do something like this with your buddies, you could definitely do something on gold or whatever. This way, you're still getting your points for extracting or getting waves with the Batarian Soldier, and at the same time getting points with the Striker. So that's a really, really good thing. And it's fun to kind of do this with with teammates and friends and all that. So like that, you are having a really good time and just enjoying it. So yeah, guys, this was actually a pretty cool setup. The Batarian Soldier is absolutely a beast of a character, and he's one of those characters that he can just destroy at all levels, guys. And this is the portion, the section of the gameplay where Biggs, yeah, that's right, you Biggs, started bitching at us because for whatever reason we couldn't keep him alive. So I don't know what that's about, but we're here all together. Look at this tight team playing all tight all together, and he's all the way down there, just bitching at us. Yeah, that's right, Biggs. Called you out on this video. But anyways, yeah, guys, this is my video, it's my party, and I can blame whoever if I want to, right? So I'm gonna blame Biggs on this one for this failed extraction. But anyways, guys, this is the only time that we actually had a really, really tough time. It was the Wave 10 and the Extraction Wave where it got really, really tough. As you can see, we're like running out of gels, ops packs, everything, because we were just it was insane. But we had definitely had a good time, guys. I hope that you're able to do something like this with your buddies, and this is definitely a challenge. With a character like the Batarian Soldier, it makes everything a little easier if you do it on gold, and the lower difficulty is due to the inferno grenades and the ballistic blades. But still, guys, this is absolutely amazing, absolutely fun, and this is gonna go straight into the build like right after this. And so I just want to say, guys, thank you for being awesome. Thank you, Callus. Thank you, Biggs, and thank you, Brightlight, for doing this. And I hope that you guys on YouTube are able to get your Resurgence Mastery done. Alright, guys, take care. Invader1 out. I will see you guys in the next video. And please comment, rate, and subscribe. It definitely helps me. And thank you for being awesome. Take care, guys. Invader1 out.